Justin Jedlica, or the human Ken doll, has undergone over 1,000 surgeries, costing him a total of over $1 million. Justin is a person who seems to have a massive ego and endless insecurities, but is that really the case? While he turned 43 not long ago, his journey would ultimately start in 1997 at the age of 17. Inspired by watching lifestyles of the rich and famous as a teen, Jedlica saw body contouring and cosmetic surgery as emblematic of the wealthy, glamorous lifestyle he sought to emulate. His first ever operation would be a rhinoplasty, commonly known as a nose reconstruction. It's no surprise that Jedlica's fascination with plastic surgery dates back to when he was very young. He said he knew he wanted a nose job from the age of 13, but with parents being against cosmetic surgery, he would have to wait until reaching adulthood. His first ever surgery was done only 4 days after turning 18 for a price of $3,500, which gave him the confidence to keep the surgeries going after. Jedlica said that a nose job was the only need and everything else has been a want. Not too long after his first rhinoplasty, Jedlica got his lips augmented and got procedures to augment his cheeks, chin and buttocks. He initially funded these procedures with money from his painting business. This would be the start of Justin's unbelievable journey to 1,000 surgeries and over $1 million spent, but behind these insane numbers is a much darker side. At age 18, Justin came out as gay, and one of the first things he would discover were drag shows, for which he would eventually work for 4.5 years. That will lead him to discover a passion for this whole body modification world. He felt as if plastic surgery was his way into the elite world and used it as a way to rebel against society's norms. Maybe my ideal doesn't fall in with what Western culture dictates to be beautiful. Why is that wrong? And he makes a good point. People may think he looks weird, or say he's dumb for doing so, but if this is his way of finding meaning and his place in the world, I see nothing wrong with that. Justin already admitted in interviews that he felt like plastic surgery was a lot more prevalent in women than in men, which drove him to change that. To quote him, "I feel like I'm the pioneer for plastic surgery when it comes to men." Among Justin's operations are leg, chest, bicep and tricep implants, as well as a brow bone shave and a brow lift to define his face. Despite being obsessed with having muscle implants, he never stepped foot in a gym. In a 2012 article it says, he has 12 solid silicone implants in his upper body, 3 in each shoulder, bicep and tricep implants and pec implants. He is currently gearing up and consulting with doctors for his next surgery, 8-pack ab implants. He has tried to exercise in the past, but said he hates it. I don't know how people have a full-time job and also go to the gym.
I have no want to spend that time and the money to go to the gym. I just feel like it's a long-term pain for a long-term gain. And for me, plastic surgery, it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain.
This is the kind of body that people would want to show off at the gym if it were made of real muscle. Do you go to the gym just so you can walk around and like work out?
No.
You still no gym?
I haven't been in the gym in like 12 years.
He has also had 5 nose jobs and countless millimeters of filler and Botox injected into his face. He has now become known as the man who gets extreme plastic surgery, and while he enjoys having them done, it can also be a curse. A major problem he's having is that he constantly needs to do more, better and riskier to get that attention he wants, with his most recent public surgery being a wolf masculinization.
I'm getting a $70,000 wolf masculinization.
The self-proclaimed human Ken doll is now on a mission to get a wolf look? What the fuck is a wolf look? This motherfucker's over here getting plastic surgery to become a wolf.
The wolf masculinization procedure I'm planning on having is going to be a deep plane neck lift, a deep plane facelift, a mid-face suspension, and a temporal suspension. I'll have my upper lids done, and I'll have a cantoplasty, which is like a cat eye procedure. I think with all of that in tandem, with Dr. Epley inching in the sides of my face, it's going to give more of a wolf look.
A deep plane neck lift, a deep plane facelift, a mid-face suspension and temporal suspension. I'll have my upper lids done, and I'll have a cantopexy, which is like the cat eye procedure.
It's like they're speaking a whole different language with all these plastic surgeries. They make it sound like they're going to the grocery store and they're like, so I'm gonna get some Takis, I'm gonna get some Doritos, I'm gonna get some tomatoes, maybe some apples.
Now you may ask, where does this all stop? But for Justin, this isn't something he plans on stopping. As he quotes, "There's no end goal with my plastic surgery. I'll continue to be an artist and rethink and redefine what beauty means for me."
It's harder and harder for me to find things that are different to do, and I have to continually up the ante in my own mind to be able to do television and to stay relevant. I have to have more surgery.
That's body dysmorphia.
He considers himself an artist whose canvas is his own body, and like an artist, his style is always evolving. Jedlica is so involved in his own surgery processes that he will sketch and revise blueprints for his implants over and over again, hand carve his own implants for hours, and even show doctors where he wants incisions.
Justin knows exactly what he wants. He's extremely intelligent. You know, this is his canvas. It's like decorating a house 4, 5, 6 times. This is what he wants to do.
And he doesn't seem to care if anything has to go wrong. Kendall has said he doesn't care if he dies during his next plastic surgery. If I was to die, it'd be dying doing something I love. One thing is for sure, and that is that he causes a lot of controversy and polarizes people a lot with his extreme side and controversial character. You either have extremely negative comments, how can anyone be so narcissistic and vain, disgusting. Look at the state of you, what a freak. Whoa, all that work you did and you don't look an ounce like Ken, you look ridiculous. People had mixed reactions to Justin's transformation. While some thought they were brave for doing what they wanted, others felt they were sending the wrong message about beauty. Critics argued they were setting unrealistic standards for how we should look and how it's more important to be ourselves.
God, what the fuck is this? Are you okay? I swear to God, at this point, these guys are spending money to make themselves look as ugly as possible. Like, what the fuck is... Stop!
Justin gets a lot of hate on social media, but I always want to get to know the real person. We have so many stereotypes about people just based on how they look, but you should never judge somebody before you get to know the real person, their past, and their motivation for why they're doing the things they do.
I just felt like I was kind of effeminate and flamboyant,
Yeah.
and I was growing up in the South, and my dad used to come up and smash my finger up against the glass, and it took years before I realized what he was doing, because I guess drinking with your pinky out was gay. It made me want to rebel, I think, against society, against my dad, against my parents, and people who always told me that I wasn't enough or I wasn't right. And every time I tried to alter myself to be more like everyone else, to try to seem like to fit in, to dim my shine down, my differences, take them away, I was less happy.
But those negative comments aren't enough to discourage him, because an overwhelming majority are simply people worshipping him. A divinity on earth, the most aesthetic male model in the universe, a gift to us all, an inspiration to millions. I worship you, so beautiful. Justin Jedlica is perfection, and besides that has a majority of comments being very sexual. Haha, sweet, I tried without a doubt. I would love to f you. How about a fruit salad to go on your chest with nothing on it, I just lick it off. With all those comments worshipping his behavior and character, it led Justin to develop a massive ego.
When I see all of these other human Ken dolls that have popped up since I entered the media 13 or 14 years ago as the human Ken doll, I think it's cute, it's flattering, but I don't really think I've seen anyone that's gone as far as I have with plastic surgery or is as much of an innovator.
Justin already has the face that 95% of other men wish they had already.
What? So he said that this is the face that 95% of the men want. What these doctors will say for some money. This is embarrassing.
There's no doubt that he loves the world of plastic surgery, but with such a positive reinforcement and a fan base of 165,000 people, it would be very hard for him to disappear and stop this whole insanity. To quote him, "I have to have more surgery and I continually have it because I do get addicted to that attention." Justin had been warned against doing so much plastic surgery by doctors, but as you may guess, he didn't listen.
I like Justin. I want him to be healthy and happy, and I think he could go down the wrong road.
A lot of these surgeries come with a risk, you know, but they are so chill when they talk about it. I guess it makes sense that when you have $1 million fucking dollars worth of plastic surgery, at some point it just becomes normal. You're just going out for a dog walk.
You are going to get old, and at some point all of this superficial stuff is not going to help your strength, heart, lungs, all of those things, you know, so you can enjoy this for a long time, because if your insides don't match your outsides, just in terms of the health and everything, you're going to be a young-looking, elderly, sick person.
When I get there, I have no want to spend that time and the money to go to the gym.
On the 23rd of February 2022, Justin appeared on a botched episode showing off the surgeries he had done. His objective was to show off his botched doctors the result of the surgeries they had warned him against. Checking in with Dr. Nassif and Duro kinda feels like checking in with your parents. They tell you the things you're not supposed to do, and you go do them anyway. It's quite obvious that even if he loves plastic surgery, he has a massive addiction to it that is rooted in insecurity, and he will likely never be satisfied with his body. There will always be something to change, something to modify about the way he looks. Justin Jedlica is on the search for perfection because he felt unhappy with his appearance and thought changing it would make him feel better. They really admired the doll-like looks of Barbie and Ken, and they thought looking like them would make them famous. They also believed these changes would make them happier and more confident. But despite being addicted to it, he does have a passion for it, and I guess we all have something we're passionate about that could one day kill us. What Justin's whole journey was about was finding his place in the world and finding what he loved doing, and can we really blame him for doing so? Despite the dangers he's facing, he will keep spending millions on surgeries regardless of what the world says.